Well, just a great college hockey game. I mean, it's something I think we all expect, and I've seen an awful lot of in the history of this rivalry. And we couldn't be more proud of the way we battled back. You know, we got down a goal, battle back, down another goal, battle back. The fact that we never got down two, I thought, allowed us to continue to stay in the game and feel good about ourselves. And obviously, you know, our third period has been great all year. I couldn't be happier for Brandon Hickey. Tough turnover there on the shorthanded goal. Really could have deflated us, but I thought our team responded well. And you know, we got dirty goals tonight, and you got to get dirty goals. And you know, we lose Oxenden at the end of the first period, so we're kind of shuffling lines and going with three lines. And you know, it's not easy against that team to go to three lines. And again, great leadership, the way we stuck together. Again, a great college hockey. It could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. And you know, like I said, we got a greasy goal, and we had a couple greasy ones in the third period, and you know, fortunate enough to get 2 points.
Any questions for Evan?
Evan, it took you guys a little while to get into it. It seemed like was it hard to find a rhythm in this game with everything going on?
Well, I think for them coming off their loss on Wednesday, you knew they were going to come out flying, and I think they took it to us a little bit in the first period. And it's a big game, a lot of young guys on our team, and with that crowd, you're not gonna play the way you usually play, and sometimes you have some jitters, some emotions, and I think it just took us to the first intermission, to really get in the room and tell guys kind of calm down, have some fun, but just play our game and get back to what BU does, and I think we did that in the second, especially in the third.
You flipped the puck in front of the net. Was that an issue you had earlier in the period in the back of your mind?
Yeah. You don't want to miss those, obviously, but it was a great play by Jack, and I kind of just rolled off the hill on my stick, and then obviously I was a little angry about it, but you got to put that behind you and just keep going if you can dwell on those kind of things.
Did it feel good to get one the way you did after the chance you had?
Yeah, of course. I didn't really have a play there. Kind of just brought it around the net and figured why not just throw it in front. You never know who was there. And I think Danny and Jack were both driving the net, so I just threw it out there, get off a skate, I think, and found the corner of the net.
On that first goal, were you surprised to see how much space you had there?
Yeah, I was actually at the end of a shift and contemplating actually just like when I got the puck, just chipping it and changing. And I kind of turned, looked up, and Olsen and Eichel both drove the net and kind of took the 2 feet with them. And I just kind of pulled in my backhand, and I think Demko went down and slid in.
Anything else for Evan before he gets back to the locker room?
When Moran scored his goal from behind the net, did he come back and say that was how he had it planned, or was it just a fluke?
I think he planned that one out, if I were to guess. Ever since he came back from his injury, he's played trade for us. He brings a lot of leadership. He's an older guy, and he brings a lot of emotion to the game too. He can get our room fired up pretty easily in between periods, and you like to see that out of a guy like that who just grinds and gets in there and works as hard as he can every night. So it was nice to see him pot one in and get us rolling.
Great, thanks, Evan.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach?
What did you learn about Shakini tonight?
Well, I think it just reiterated what we already knew. I mean, we've had great third periods all year, and we have an awful lot of resolve. There's no quitting us so far, which is a great sign. Not an easy atmosphere to play in, especially for our group. And you know, I felt we weathered the storm early. The second period got obviously a little out of whack with 3 penalties. And we give up a goal on a bad change. But to be down 2-1 going to the third, we've been in that situation before, and we have responded. And again, I mean, you look at the goals we scored; none of them are pretty. You know, maybe Evan's first one's pretty. You know, the slap shot from Hickey's a tip in. Moran's goes off, you know, Demko. That's how goals are going to be scored in this series. You know, I mean, both teams had great chances as well to score highlight reel goals, and we weren't able to capitalize on them. But you know, we've been a resilient group so far, and nobody was really rattled after the second period. We weathered the storm, coming out 2-1 after killing all the penalties. And I think we had a great start to the third, and that line played very well. The Moran, Roberta Lane line had an awful lot of energy, and I thought Too early to tell, too early to tell.
Did he take a hit or anything? I missed it.
It was his collision in open ice with McCoshen, I think,
Okay.
from the penalty box, open ice hit.
How does it feel to get your first win on the base?
Well, it felt good for our team, I don't look at it that way, I have an awful lot of respect for what they do and how they're coached and their program, so I feel good for our guys. They left an awful lot out there. You get dirty goals by working and working and working, and that's what happened. We got rewarded for our hard work. Like I said, in these games, I don't know what the talent discrepancy is. I think both teams are very talented. A lucky bounce helps. We were able to get a lucky bounce or two, but I think we made out the lucky bounces.
Did you see any of what Evan was alluding to, that maybe the guys were getting a little caught up in the atmosphere and all that early on?
I thought the first, I don't think there was a shot for the first 3 or 4 minutes, so, and then they had some chances, and, they had the power play in the first period, we didn't. And, I thought we had some chances in the first, but I thought they controlled the play a little bit more than we did in the first. And in the second period, they just had 3 power plays, so that, that can really tax you, especially when, you're short on the bench, because you lose your first line left wing. And, so we were scrambling a little bit, and but it was a great night for all of us. And we just we stuck with it and stuck together, and you could feel it in the room, you could feel it on the bench.
Evan obviously continued his good start to the season tonight, coming off a disappointing season from last year. Just what have you seen from him this season so far to kind of take his game back to where it was?
I thought he had a good season last year. People just looked statistically at the year he had. I mean, he's a heck of a hockey player. And people just judge him by his stats. I think he set a record in hockey for missing the net last year. That's why he had 5 goals. But this kid's a great player. This kid does everything. He competes. He's a great penalty killer. He's a great power play player. I mean, he's a very good hockey player. He's underrated. And, he's a great teammate. And we're lucky to have him, I'll tell you that. There's nothing he can't do out here at this level. When he got back to the point, he plays defense at times in practice and takes one-on-ones as well as anybody. He's a heck of a hockey player. And I'm not surprised. I'm happy for him. He's getting rewarded statistically, because it was a frustrating year for everybody last year. But I thought Evan Rodrigues had a very good year last year. Just didn't have anything to show for it statistically.
You keep talking about these third periods, and now I believe you're outscoring opponents 14-1 in third periods. Can you just point to one thing that's been the reason for success?
I think we're in great shape. I think we don't get fazed by the situation. We haven't really faced insurmountable leads going into the third period either. But I give a lot of credit to our leadership too, and not just our 2 seniors, our upperclassmen. And the freshman group is a mature group mentally. They may not be mature age-wise, but they don't get rattled by much. I mean, Brandon Hickey, everybody in the building saw what happened on the short-handed goal. But he kept playing. He didn't let it rattle him. He came back, and I couldn't have been happier for somebody. When we tied that game, and he took the shot from the point. So we've shown some mental toughness.
All right, thanks, Coach.